When the pastor's child says I do, and it falls apart. When the pastor's child says, I do, and it falls apart. Why so many pastors' children end up in broken marriages? They were raised in the glow of the pulpit, surrounded by prayer meetings, choir rehearsals, and Sunday smiles. To many, pastors' children are expected to embody perfection, well-behaved, God-fearing, and destined for stable, exemplary homes of their own. Yet, behind the church doors and bright family portraits lies a sobering reality. Many pastors' children grow up to face broken relationships and failed marriages. This isn't an accusation, it's a cry for understanding. What goes wrong in the homes of those who were raised to know better? 1. The weight of the pedestal. From the moment they can walk, pastors' children are placed on display. The congregation watches them, judges them, and holds them to impossible standards. Every mistake feels like a sermon topic, every misstep, a scandal. Over time, many learn to hide their true emotions behind polite smiles. When they marry, this habit of emotional self-censorship often continues. They struggle to express hurt, admit failure, or ask for help, traits essential for a healthy relationship. The performance they mastered in church becomes a prison at home. 2. Ministry before family. For some pastors, ministry is an all-consuming calling. The phone rings at midnight, emergencies arise, and the needs of the congregation often come before family dinners. Children grow up learning to share their parents with the church, and sometimes, they feel like they always come second. As adults, these wounds can breed insecurity or resentment. In marriage, they may either overcompensate with emotional neediness or build walls to avoid feeling neglected again. Both responses can silently erode intimacy. 3. Growing up under strict religion. Many pastors' homes are disciplined, structured, and sometimes rigid. Rules are clear, but conversations about grace, love, and freedom are rare. Children raised in such environments often rebel, not necessarily against God, but against the pressure of perfection. When they marry, they may swing to the other extreme, rejecting boundaries, resenting correction, or confusing freedom with recklessness. Without balance, what began as a search for identity can end in disillusionment and marital breakdown. 4. The struggle to be themselves. For pastors' kids, identity can be a lifelong question. Who am I when no one is watching? They've been called the pastor's daughter, or the reverend's son, for so long that they often lose sight of their personal story. In marriage, this confusion plays out as dependence, comparison, or self-doubt. Without a strong sense of individuality, they may merge their identity with their spouse's or reject the relationship entirely to reclaim lost freedom. 5. Witnessing pain behind the pulpit. Pastors' children grow up seeing the hidden side of ministry. The betrayals, the gossip, the exhaustion. They watch their parents forgive those who wounded them, sometimes while silently bleeding inside. For some, this breeds spiritual disillusionment. They see the church not as a sanctuary but as a source of pain. This unresolved cynicism can spill into marriage. They may struggle to trust love, authority, or commitment, fearing it will end in disappointment. 6. The missing model of marriage. Not every pastor models affection at home. Many preach about love but rarely show it openly. When children don't see tenderness, communication, or mutual respect between their parents, they enter marriage unequipped. They may interpret silence as peace or mistake control for leadership. Without healthy patterns to emulate, their own marriages suffer the same cracks they witnessed growing up. Healing the cycle. But there is hope. The story of pastors' children doesn't have to end in heartbreak. Healing begins with honesty. That is, acknowledging pain rather than hiding behind ministry perfection. Pastors must learn to make home their first congregation, giving as much grace to their families as they do to their flock. Pastors' kids themselves must seek healing and identity, not through rebellion, but through rediscovering who they are in God's eyes, apart from their parents' titles. Counseling, mentorship, and real conversations about love and faith can restore what was once fractured. After all, the gospel that saves the world should also heal the pastor's home. Closing thought. The children of ministers deserve more than the burden of perfection. They deserve love, presence, and understanding. When pastors bring balance between the pulpit and the dinner table, their children can learn that grace is not just preached, it is lived.